Bring them!
Extreme violence was employed to impose Leopold's dominion. The right hands of those who failed to meet rubber quotas were severed. Even young children were not spared. In 1896, a German newspaper reported that 1,308 hands had been gathered in one day. Leopold created a 90,000-strong army to enforce his rule. One of his lieutenants wrote, "Only the whip can civilize the black."
For 10 years, the Soviet Union's been at war. The Soviet people sweating, shedding blood and tears. People were wounded and killed. Women and children froze to death. Thousands were court-martialed and shot. I'd wager the Battle of Iron and Steel alone caused more casualties than any battle in this present war so far.
This is one man's story of the industrialization of the Soviet Union. A story both tragic and triumphant.
I couldn't say how many suffered that hardship willingly. Some had come because they had no choice. They needed work. But others came, I mean this, with a burning enthusiasm, wanting to take part. My roommate was a young Russian called Kolya. We had the best room in the barrack because he was the foreman on my shift. His enthusiasm, right from the first day I arrived, it was infectious.
I mean, where you come from, they build big. Yes?
Yes.
American iron and steel, biggest in the world, yes?
Yes.
Yes, well, here we'll build bigger. Except the difference is, in America, who takes the profit?
The bosses.
Capitalist parasites, What I build for myself. Every rivet in this plant, we all have a share. If some damn fool rigger freezes to death for some capitalist's profit, that makes me angry. If some damn fool rigger freezes to death for me and for you, for every Soviet man and woman and child, then that, my American friend, makes me very proud.
As the car proceeds along the Apple Quay, the Archduke's wife Sophie is particularly enjoying the procession. Because of her low birth status, Sophie has never before been allowed to accompany the Archduke on an official tour. Today, as a special wedding anniversary gift, the devoted husband has arranged for her to accompany him for the first time. As the car approaches, Mehmed Basik has the first opportunity to attack. The car passes directly in front of him, but Mehmed Basik does not act. But there are still 6 assassins waiting for their chance to strike. Next on the route is Kabrinovich. Like Princip, he is dying of tuberculosis. With the knowledge he has a terminal illness, Kabrinovich is desperate to go down in history as a martyr for the cause. With the car just 20 feet away, Kabrinovich strikes the percussion cap of his grenade and hurls it at his target. At the last moment, the Archduke sees the bomb coming and raises his arm to protect his beloved wife. The driver accelerates and the grenade bounces off the back of the car. Kabrinovich had forgotten the bomb had a 10-second delay. Without waiting to see if his attempt was successful, Kabrinovich sticks to the plan. After swallowing his cyanide, he jumps into the river Milchka to ensure that he dies. When the bomb explodes, the car is clear of the blast and the Archduke escapes unharmed. The remaining assassins are too stunned to react when the car drives straight past them.
He could organise men, and he could
you know, he could get a good army together.
And he fought in the front line. Them to come, weren't we? We were like, where are they? What are they doing? Why don't they come? Because we have to get back to our crops.
All that kind of, you know, you trying to summon up the blood and stiffen the sinews, if you like, and then, you know, nothing. So we all started fighting each other.
On December the 16th, 1941, just days after meeting with Hitler, he spoke to a carefully selected group of senior army officers, SS and local Nazi Party administrators. His name was Hans Frank, and he was the Nazi ruler of Eastern Poland. At the time, his words were not supposed to be made public, but a copy of his speech survived the war.
Ich werde daher den Juden gegenüber grundsätzlich nur von der Erwartung ausgehen, dass sie verschwinden. Sie müssen weg. Aber was soll mit den Juden geschehen? Glauben Sie, man wird sie im Ostland in Siedlungsdörfern unterbringen? Man hat uns in Berlin gesagt, liquidiert sie selber. Diese Juden können wir nicht erschießen, werden aber doch Eingriffe vornehmen müssen, die irgendwie zu einem Vernichtungserfolg führen.